I'm spending spring break completely alone.
Alone.
Alone. Alone.
Alone.
Alone.
Alone.
Alone. Alone.
Alone.
My name is Ruth. I'm a college student, and I don't have plans to see anybody or do anything on my spring break. I have about 56 days until I graduate, and then I have about 72 days until I get married directly after my graduation. If you don't know about me, you don't. I'm an adoptee and also a past missionary kid, so I have a lot of experiences and perspectives related to that, but I also just like to speak on my day-to-day experiences like spending spring break alone. But if you would like to know a little bit about my background and my life living as an adoptee, as well as somebody who's moved around quite a bit, you can listen to my podcast. The information is right here. It's just called Ruth's Truths, and you can find it anywhere where you listen to podcasts. But this video is not about that at all. So, I am spending spring break completely alone, and there's no problem with being alone at all because I'm an introvert, so I have a lot of time alone, and I like to utilize that time to myself because I do get energy from finding solace within my own presence. But some days it's just a little bit hard, especially on holidays like spring break. Like spring break, summer, and winter break are hard to look at other people's plans because you know it's a time for community. And I just don't have my community with me simply because everybody lives really far from me. My parents live hours and hours away. My fiance lives hours and hours away. Luckily, I'll get to live with him in 72 days. But until then, it's just me. My siblings are all in different states, which is wild. I have 3 friends who are all in different states. So I have no choice really but to utilize my time with myself. And I don't have, like I said, I don't have a large problem with that. I just am trying to find the balance between being happy with this time alone and then also knowing that I crave being with people and building memories and expanding on friendships because it is, an ebb and flow of me being alone. Some days I'm completely content, some days I'm really happy with it, but some days I'm really sad and lonely because as much as I'd like to say that I'm independent and self-sufficient, the independent and self-sufficient person has had to become independent and self-sufficient due to the void of the dependency that they feel with other people. Like, I find myself to be happy with making my own happiness, making my own activities, but that's only because I've had to within the past, and there are people that I can lean on, but I just feel like overall, of all the people I can depend on, like, I'm not going to let myself down, and I've made a habit of being independent because of it. So as much as I can be content, sometimes it gets a little bit sad, especially on spring break when everyone's having like the best time ever, but you're like at work every other day and you're tired and you want somebody to talk to about it, but not like over the phone, like in person, where you guys can go and have like a fun little car ride and talk about things and go see a movie. But you just can't, I can't do that right now because it's just me. Luckily, though, I have fun distractions like going to work at my campus post office every other day. I'm really happy about the opportunity I have to work because around this time 2 years ago, when COVID was at its prime, it truly was at its prime at this point, I wasn't able to work. I wasn't able to do anything. I basically sat within my brother and sister-in-law's apartment and just got to use their space because nobody was working. But I felt really helpless and really, like, just sad at the fact that I couldn't get up and work and do anything. So now I have the option as the campus post office student manager to make my own hours. So I try to work as often as possible within the break. I don't do that during the school year at all. But I'm happy to be able to be the manager to make my own hours, and I love being in control of my own hours. But in relation to working on spring break, it can be really hard to not just feel like a straight up nonstop robot. As much as I'm really proud of my work ethic and how much I really do push myself, career-wise, I also do want to take real time off as a college student, but also as a college student with future rent and debt and a wedding to pay off, I simply can't afford to not work. And that really does weigh on my mind a lot. I haven't stopped working since I think the beginning of the year, excluding winter break. Then I haven't stopped working since my junior year. Minus a few days off, I haven't been I've been nonstop. And that's really weighing on my mind because mentally I can't really stop and take a mental break. I always have something to do, which can be rewarding in the way that I know that I'm accomplishing as much as I can. But when you're on spring break and you're seeing everybody else be able to take a break and to just let their hair down and to not worry about things that you are worried about constantly, it's a little bit sad because I'm constantly just seeing everybody having such a good time and being really free, where I feel like a little bit trapped because I'm on my college campus, so I'm going to be here this whole entire week, and then I'm going to keep being here for the next, 56 days until I graduate. And then after that, after that I'll be working, and then after I'm working, I won't get a vacation until whenever the heck they let me get a vacation. So it's a little bit mentally taxing. But overall, I think I am excited to have all of these opportunities. But anyway, I went to work, and directly after work, I was like, should I do something a little bit fun for myself? Should I take myself out? So basically, I did decide to take myself out. I want to go to Krispy Kreme so bad, but it's 45 minutes away. And I'm only going to get 3 donuts. That's it. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I don't know, I feel as though the responsible thing to do is to recognize that I have a dessert. I have ice cream at home. But at the same time, I want my quality of life to be so good that I can just have an adventure and drive 45 minutes out of the way to get some donuts. And to just have a little spring break fun. I just want that. But at the same time, it's not worth driving that amount. It's how much is 45 plus 45? Is it really worth an hour and 30 minutes worth? I mean, but I also kind of am liking driving these days, so I don't know. And I also have to read this book that is still overdue. I still haven't turned in that book. I don't know. You know what? I will do it. I will. That just made me so happy. It really doesn't take a lot for me to be happy, but driving 45 minutes out to Krispy Kreme to get 3 donuts, beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna go. First, I need to eat actual substantial food because I haven't eaten my whole shift. So, okay. I've decided that I'm gonna take myself on a date. I know I was going back and forth with going to Krispy Kreme, but I've decided if I'm going to drive an hour and 30 minutes out of the way, I am going to put maximum effort into that drive. So I'm going to stop and take some really cute photos at 3 spaces and document what that's going to be like. But then also I just want to get really cute and ready. And I'm super excited because I spend a lot of time alone. And I feel like when you spend a lot of time alone, you don't put effort into yourself because you're like, who's going to see me anyways? It's just me. I'm not going to impress myself. But today I am. Today I'm going to put pressure. I'm going to put effort into dressing for myself and looking good. I'm gonna do my hair for the first time in a week and a half. And I'm gonna do my makeup, and I might change my outfit. I don't know. I kind of like my outfit today though, so I might keep my outfit. I don't know. But it's all gonna be just for me, and then I'm gonna go get some donuts and stop at some cute little spaces and take photos, which is really cute. All right. I look kind of cute. Wow. I was just having a good time listening to my Beyonce, and I just hear my car just going crazy. Like, hold on. My car never sounds like that when it revs up. Never. I'm so tired of having car problems. I want this to stop so bad. And I'm so nervous that I'm going to break down, but I have 16 more minutes till I get to the Krispy Kreme, so I think I'll be fine. They are open. They're just open through drive-through only, I guess, which is kind of strange, but oh well. Hopefully they have the hot ones, because if they don't have the hot ones, this was wasted. This was a wasted trip. Honestly, let's see if my car even... Ew! Why was that so loud?
Would you like a delicious lemonade?
Hi, what can I get you? Hi, could I have 3 fresh glazed donuts?
You said 3?
Here you go. Thanks. Here you go. Yeah. Have a good one. You too. Okay. I got the good, and then I just came to a place that was not my room because I'm tired of being in my room. So here I am on my little date. My little coffee. Okay, so overall, I did, get to take myself out on a date. I don't know if that's accurate because I really just drove around for like an hour and 30 minutes worried about my car crashing down. And I really do, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for the day that I get a new car. Wow. Every time I talk about my car, my fiance's always like, just wait for the day that we can stop using used cars, because that'll be the day that we stop complaining about our cars and them breaking down. And I think that that's a really great way to think of things, because if I didn't think of things that way, I'd be really miserable. And also, it's great to think about the progress that you've made as a person. Like, I'm not very happy with my car situation now, but I am exactly where I wanted to be this time last year. So even though my circumstances aren't like great and where I want them to be, they are for when I was thinking about them a year ago. And I think that's like a great way to think of life in general, the half glass full kind of a perspective. Like, wherever I am next year, I'm probably going to, hopefully, I'm going to be just as fulfilled. I think I'm going to be as fulfilled as I want to be right now. And even though in the future I won't think I am, I will. Like, right now, I'm nervous that I don't have a job. I'm nervous that I don't have sustainable income, which is the same as a job, but like not really, because you can have a job without being without having a sustainable income. And I'm nervous for not having a place to live. But a year from now, I definitely will have all of those things, unless I just up and die. Let me not joke about that, for real. The place where I'm going to be at next year is going to pale in comparison to where I'm at now. And the things that I'm stressed about will just be granted to me, hopefully, if I play my cards right. And I'm excited about that. And all of these lonely moments, this spring break that I'm having, even though there are some silly moments, there are some sad moments, they're just going to be moments in my mind. I think the next video that I'm going to do is just going to be me sitting and talking about the loneliness of an introvert, especially somebody who's moved around a lot. Like, you experience a lot of loneliness just because you don't have, like stable friendships or stable relationships that are a constant in your life. And I've kind of felt that this week, but I wanted to sit down and speak on it in full. So I hope to make that video, and if it piques your interest, I hope that you will go see it. But if not, oh well. I hope you liked this specific video, and I may or may not see you in the next video.